I talk a lot on this channel about the importance of physical media and the pitfalls of transitioning to an all-digital landscape for the games industry. As a large collector of physical media, I cherish the ability to go back in time and play games from years past that defined their eras, as well as lesser-known hidden gems. No one can take these games away from me, and they aren't required to phone home via the internet to start playing. Their publishers are powerless to define how I engage with these products because I actually own them. It's true that certain modern gaming experiences are justified, requiring persistent internet connections. Games like Fortnite or League of Legends are living, evolving titles that are defined by their online nature. This is totally fine with me. But unfortunately, for many new single-player, story-driven games, you are required to check in with the publisher's servers in order to play them. And when the day inevitably comes that said publisher no longer deems it financially prudent to keep the servers alive, you lose access to that game you paid for with zero form of reimbursement. That thing you spent your money on with the intent to have access to it in perpetuity vanishes, and you are left with nothing to show for it. This isn't a hypothetical fear either, it's something that happens all the time. The most recent example is Ubisoft's game The Crew. Not only have they shuttered servers, but they're even rubbing salt in the wound by revoking your license altogether. Obviously, shutting down a server that is required for a game to play is effectively the same as revoking a license, but this time you get the extra gut punch of seeing it disappear from your library altogether, demonstrating you aren't even allowed to own a corpse. This is, after all, the company who recently said that gamers should get used to not owning games. It's sad for me to say that I can't really say I'm surprised that a company as morally bankrupt as Ubisoft would do something like this. I've gone out of my way to avoid their titles for many years now, as I would sooner place my trust in a slot machine as a store of value. For some others, unfortunately, it's taken a lot longer to come to this conclusion. Personally, the last straw with them was their extreme misrepresentation of the game Watch Dogs, compared to what the game would actually release as. Despite happening over a decade ago now, it's such an iconic example of a bait and switch in the gaming industry that I bring it up pretty often in my videos. Fast forward to 2024, coming hot off the heels of their latest disaster piece, alleged quadruple A game, Skull and Bones, Ubisoft hopes to recoup some of that loss with a franchise title more recognizable for the general public: Star Wars. Fortunately for the sake of humanity, it appears as though many aren't going to fall for their usual tricks this time around. As you can see, the trailer for the game, which is slated for an August release, is being absolutely butt-blasted on YouTube. In my opinion, it looks like an extremely underwhelming snooze fest that has a digital collector's edition that costs 170 Canadian dollars, for which you get just some microtransaction garbage and a PDF of an art book. Incredible. Remember when collector's editions came with statues and hardcover art books? Those still exist, they just don't come from pig slop publishers like Ubisoft. Seriously, how far are we going to see prices of digital games pushed before basically no one will buy them? In the next generation, will a digital deluxe edition come with one color swap skin of a character and cost the price of a new console? At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised. This video is basically a vehicle for me to vent into the void under the guise of sharing some recent news with you, so thanks for listening to an old man yell at the clouds for a few minutes. I'd be remiss to leave out at least a mention of the current crusade being led by a man named Ross Scott, owner of the YouTube channel Accursed Farms. In response to the literally criminal way that Ubisoft has treated owners of The Crew, he has taken it upon himself to lead the rallying cry for people the world over to contact their country's consumer protection boards. He set up a website called stopkillinggames.com that you can visit for easy-to-follow instructions to help you petition your governing body to step in and protect consumers against having the things that they paid for stripped away from them. Being the pessimist that I am, I am unsure of this kind of thing having any sway against multi-billion-dollar megacorporations, but I admire the effort nonetheless. Even if a single country attempts to put the likes of Ubisoft in its place, I'd see that as a win. If you want more information on this, I implore you to check out his YouTube video here titled "The Largest Campaign Ever to Stop Publishers Destroying Games." That's it from me for now. Thanks so much to all of you who have recently subscribed despite my mini hiatus from uploading. It means a lot to me. If you got this far and haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. Until next time, thanks for watching.